Hey guys, welcome back. It's Shelby, and today we are taking what is just a plain but adorable birdcage tea light holder. So you can't really tell, but this is like where you put the tea light in. It's all wire and super cute. I got it at the craft store, but it's also a little like bare, so I want to jazz it up a little bit today. So I have these beautiful blue vase fillers. So they're just this really pretty blue plastic. I've actually done a few crafts with these before. I've done some melted crafts with these, like sun catchers and things of that nature, but I'll link those below and up above if you want to check those out. I also have a hot glue gun, some scissors, and this, which honestly you've seen a lot in my crafting because I'm obsessed with them. They are, let me put these down, they're gonna make noise. They are stretchy faux pearls, and you get like a bunch of them for $5. I think it's like either 5 strands or 10 strands at Target. They're in the like children's party section, but honestly they're great for crafting. They're just like pearl beads, and I don't know if you can get them cheaper, but like I haven't really found them cheaper. So yeah, I love these in crafting. They're like super easy to house and get and use. So using the pearls as well, I think. Basically the idea is to let the flame heat escape up here. Because I'm going to be using hot glue, I need it not to get too hot. And I'm going to be gluing the blue here. I'm thinking every other one. I think that'd be really pretty. And then maybe, depending on how it looks, like some pearls down there and up there. We'll just kind of see how it goes. But basically just turning this from kind of an interesting but like very simple birdcage flame holder into like a super cool, really adorable, like goes with my decor tea light holder. So that is the craft today. I'll link what you need down in the description below along with my socials. Let's get right into it. So I've got my birdcage. I have my hot glue gun heating up off to the side. I know I want it on this first bit, so I'm just going to add just a bead of hot glue to the wire here, just kind of going all the way up on both sides. There we go, just kind of like that, if you can see it. And then we're going to be attaching our gems. They don't quite fit horizontally at the bottom, and I'm mainly just trying to get the edges. Like I don't want them to be completely a solid wall of them, but I think it'd be really pretty just to have that little pop of ice blue. It's kind of poking through a little bit there. There we go. And one up at the top. So these are cool. I'm gonna show you what the first one turned out as. That's really pretty. That's already super pretty. I'm like super excited for how this is gonna turn out. I can already tell it's gonna be adorable. But these are really cool in that they have flat edges. So they're really easy to work with for this craft right here. But we are going to be cleaning up the little edges of this one and getting our blue gems glued on, and then our pearls, and then seeing what we get. So I'm kind of learning as I go here, but I think I'm just going to at least do a couple more where I just kind of line the whole thing, because that worked pretty well for me. And then if it works better that I just put it on the edge of the gems and put it on, I can do that. Hot glue is fairly easy to clean up afterwards, so I'm not super worried if I get it on the bars. Particularly on metal, you can just pull it off really easily. So it's not a huge big deal if you need to pull it off the bars a little bit after you've been going, or if you just put too much on and you need to reinforce the edges, but you know the glue isn't where you need it. Like you can definitely fix it. Like that little bubble right there of glue, you can just kind of wipe it off with your fingernail, particularly before it dries, and you're just kind of left with a good cohesive look there of the gems. That's 2 of them. Honestly, this craft is going so easy. I wasn't going to use hot glue originally. You guys might be thinking that it's like an interesting choice, interesting being like used in the bad way, an interesting choice for a candle craft. You're right, it definitely wasn't my first choice. At first I was planning on using E6000, but then I quickly realized when I went to try it that just straight up wouldn't work. It's too liquidy. I couldn't get the gems to stay on. It was falling all over. It was a huge mess. Yeah, so it just, as much as I do like E6000, it just wasn't the right glue for this craft. So hot glue is something that you can move a little bit more slowly with. It's definitely something that will hold its shape and allow you to work kind of at your own pace. So it was definitely a better choice for this craft, but at the same point in time, it is a candle and that might like heat it up and not work at all. That's mainly the idea of leaving this part blank, is hopefully the heat's gonna come out the top and I won't have to worry about it breaking down the glue and destroying my gems that I have so carefully placed on here. But you know what? I honestly just don't know if that's going to be the case or not. So we are going to find out and we're going to do it together. Hopefully this works. If it doesn't, then I will most likely just reattach the gems with the hot glue and leave it as a decor piece, because you can always get those fake candles, like the ones that are flickering, but they're battery operated and there's no flame and no heat. And that would also be really pretty in here because you wouldn't be able to tell necessarily from any distance that it's not a real candle, particularly looking through the blue gems. Like it would be very difficult to tell that, but it would also give the illusion of it being a candle, which I think would be really pretty. And I think coming through the blue, that it's gonna leave a lovely kind of A, look overall, but B, kind of reflection of light on the wall. I think that'd be really nice and lovely. So I definitely would probably try that if the candle ends up being too hot for this. But we're gonna try it out together. Like I said, we're going to build it and put in the candle as planned. And then if it doesn't work, you guys will find that out on camera with me and we will adjust from there. Here is the halfway check-in. Looking pretty good. I only have 2 lines left to go, so this is a really fast craft. I've only been doing this for I think less than 5 minutes. But yeah, it's just working really easily. The blue on it is honestly so pretty. I'm so glad I chose this over any other vase filler. And there's lots to choose from. There's plastic, there's glass. I chose a plastic one for this just because I like the way it was shaped. A lot of the glass ones that I've found are round, and while that would be pretty too, I wanted kind of like an ice look, if that makes sense. Like this looks like a little chunk of ice, and I liked that about it. So that's kind of the look I was going for with this piece. It's something that's, you know, the gems are kind of like carved on there and just give it a little bit of texture, you know, like you can see like there's quite a bit of like visual interest going into it now. And I really, really like that. So I'm on my last beam right here. Luckily for me, this particular wire works really well with going either or, because it ends up framing the opening where you put the candle in on both sides very nicely. So it doesn't like start here but then end here. It's a nice frame up around where the candle would go in, and I really like that about it. So I did count that out prior to starting. As part of the reason I wanted to do this craft is because I thought it would turn out nicely like that. There we go. So our blue gems are on, and now you can more clearly see where the candle goes in. I think this is quite beautiful. I might leave it like this. Let's see what we think of the pearls. Do you think they need some pearls? I don't know, I kind of like the pearls. I think they're pretty. That's quite the look too. I do like that as well, but I think I'm gonna add the pearls. I think they would be a nice touch. So these are the little gems. If you want to stop here, you certainly can. It's definitely a look, but I think I'm going to take it up one more level with some pearls. Here we go. You see that though? I think that's the right call. I think that's quite pretty. We're just gonna do about 1/4 of the circumference at a time with the hot glue. And then the way I'm putting the beads on is so that the holes are on the sides, and like each bead next to it kind of hides the hole previously. Otherwise you can like really see the holes, and I don't necessarily want that. It's not the end of the world if it happens, but if we can avoid it, it's probably a lot better. Here we go. This is looking pretty good and honestly going really quickly. Okay, so halfway through check-in, 3/4 of the way through, something like that. But all the blue gems are on, all of the top pearls are on. It's looking very fancy indeed. And I'm going to add the pearls to the bottom, and I'm just gonna hot glue the bottom and put the pearls on the way you saw me do for the top. And we'll see what it looks like when it's done. Okay guys, so it is all done and it is so cute. Look how pretty that turned out. Like, I think this is adorable. It's very girly and just cute and colorful and festive, and I think it's gonna reflect the light really well. So we are going to put in our candle. I'm just gonna light it. This is just a tea light. This fits in right like that. I can already feel the warmth come right out towards my hands here. It's not hot, but it is warm. But I'm not actually feeling any heat when I put my fingers in the side here. So I think we did fine with where we put the hot glue. Even around the pearls, it really doesn't feel warm. I do feel some heat up here though. It's already warm, the metal's already warming. So I think we're actually gonna be fine with the hot glue as long as we keep it off the top of it there. But yeah, this is super pretty, super cool. I like this one in particular because you can hang it up if you want, but maybe like with a chain rather than a rope, because like I said, it is getting warm. It's not getting hot, but it is getting warm. But yeah, it's super pretty, and I hope you guys enjoyed the craft. I certainly enjoyed making it with you, and I hope to see you here again soon. Bye for now. So it looks like the candle is not going to mess up the hot glue at all. It looks super cute and really pretty, and I love it, and I hope you guys do too. Thanks for watching.